Today I've got an Asus C223NA mainboard that came in for a charge port replacement. Charge port is definitely damaged. The reason I want to make this video is because this one's kind of interesting. They've got a USB-C port. However, and good news is there's only one row of connectors on the port itself. However, they are not visible, so you cannot solder these with an iron. There's no way to connect them with an iron. And also they've kind of combined this with a sort of through-hole design for securing the port in place, which I'll show you in just a second under the microscope. So here's the port itself, and as you can see, we've got a couple small components in the area that we're going to have to watch out for. This row of stuff here, maybe these right here. I'm going to go ahead and just take this sticker off here because I have a feeling it's going to melt. See on the back that we've got all these little pins that come through right here. So you've got 3 on each side in the back, 4 in the middle, and then 1 out here on each side, and then you got some way over here. So all these little holes right here are going to be connected. And again, as you can see, you can't use a soldering iron for the back row. We just can't get to those. So we need to make sure that those go on straight and have a good connection. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tape off this area here, and we'll drop some leaded solder into all these connection points, and then we'll hit it with some hot air, and hopefully nothing else flies off. You can see we've got like a, I guess it's an LED right here, it looks like. Yeah, LED 4801. We've even got a designation for it, so this is nice. Oh, and in case you're wondering what the port looks like, that's what we're working with. Now this melted pretty easily with the iron, so I don't think we're going to need as much heat as I was anticipating. We'll start this one at about 410, and that may be too much already, but we'll heat it from the top. And watch for these things to melt. A little more air. Alright, might need a little more. I'm going to go 440. Alright, I'm going to try flipping this over so we can see a little better what's happening. My only concern is this guy right here. So I'll kind of aim the air away from it as much as possible. Alright, there we go. clean this up. Yeah, those are going to take a little more heat, as I expected. Alright, I think we're good. Let's see if our new port fits. Still got some solder in there. Alright, we should be able to get the rest of this from here and get these pads ready to go. Still some right in there. Alright, a couple of those are a little difficult to reach, so I'll come back for these in a second. Basically those two. I think we got the rest of them. Okay, I'm going to need a slightly different angle to reach these things. At least with the iron I'm using, I'll tell you right away that if I use my micro tweezers, this would be easier. In fact, since you kind of got the idea as to how the others worked with the bent iron tip, I'll show you right now why I believe these things are worth owning, because they make some situations like this a lot easier. Great for the hard to reach places. Alright, I think we're just about ready. Haven't even looked at the other side yet, so that's probably a good idea. I think we're good here, and we'll clean this up, and that's it. And as you can see, we were able to kind of get enough heat from the top of this to melt those pads, so you actually can, like I said, as long as you don't knock any of these other components off, if you warm the board from the top here, you can actually get the heat in there pretty easily because of that gap. So there you go. Clean this up, send it back to the customer, and we will move on to the next project.